In the heart of the vast savannah, where the golden grass swayed gently under the soft whispers of the wind, there lived an elephant named Royu. Royu was no ordinary elephant. His size was imposing, his tusks were long and strong, and his heart was as vast as the horizon. But today, Royu was in a sorry state. His usually majestic grey hide was caked with thick layers of mud and dust, making him appear more like a moving mound of earth than the noble creature he was. Royu had spent days wallowing in the mud, a refuge from the scorching sun and the biting flies. But now, the mud had hardened, causing him discomfort and itching. His once sparkling eyes were dull, and he moved sluggishly, weighed down by the filth that clung to him. One morning, as the first light of dawn crept over the landscape, Royu made his way to the nearby watering hole. His heavy footsteps echoed through the stillness, a rhythm that was both powerful and melancholic. As he reached the water's edge, he paused, staring at his reflection. The sight of his bedraggled appearance filled him with a deep sense of sorrow. He let out a low, mournful trumpet that seemed to resonate with the very earth beneath him. Unbeknownst to Royu, someone had been watching him from the dense thicket nearby. It was a young woman named Leela, a compassionate soul who had grown up in the savannah, understanding its rhythms and the creatures that inhabited it. Leela had a special bond with the animals, especially the elephants. She had watched Royu from afar, her heart aching for the gentle giant who now seemed so lost and forlorn. With determination in her eyes, Leela stepped out from her hiding place and approached Royu cautiously. She knew that despite his gentle nature, Royu was still a wild animal, and any sudden movement could startle him. As she drew closer, she softly called his name, her voice gentle and soothing. Royu turned his head slowly, his eyes meeting hers. There was a moment of recognition, a silent understanding that passed between them. Leela moved closer, her hands trembling slightly with a mix of fear and determination. She reached out and touched Royu's trunk, feeling the rough texture beneath her fingers. "It's okay, Royu," she whispered. "I'm here to help you." With a deep breath, Leela fetched the large, empty gourd she had brought with her. She dipped it into the watering hole, filling it to the brim with cool, clear water. Carefully, she began to pour the water over Royu, starting from his head and moving down his massive body. The water cascaded down, washing away layers of mud and grime, revealing patches of Royu's true color. Royu stood still, his eyes closed, as if savoring the sensation. Each splash of water brought a sense of relief, a renewal of spirit. Leela continued her task, her movements becoming more confident with each passing moment. She scrubbed gently but verily, her hands working tirelessly to free Royu from his muddy prison. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, the watering hole sparkled with the droplets of water that flew off Royu's body. The once dirty elephant was now beginning to regain his majestic appearance. His eyes brightened, and he let out a soft, contented rumble. But just as the last of the mud was being washed away, Leela heard a rustling in the bushes. She turned, her heart pounding with sudden fear. Out of the thicket emerged a group of men, their faces stern and their intentions unclear. They were poachers, and their eyes were fixed on Royu's magnificent tusks. Leela's heart raced as she stood protectively in front of Royu. "You can't have him," she shouted, her voice filled with defiance and fear. The poachers laughed, their eyes glinting with malice. They advanced slowly, their weapons gleaming in the sunlight. In a moment of desperation, Leela reached for a stick lying on the ground, ready to defend Royu with her life if necessary. But before she could make a move, Royu let out a powerful trumpet, his body tensing with newfound strength. He charged at the poachers, his massive form a force to be reckoned with. The men scattered, their courage evaporating in the face of Royu's fury. As the poachers fled into the savannah, Leela fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face. Royu stood by her side, his trunk gently wrapping around her in a gesture of gratitude and protection. In that moment, a bond was forged between them, a bond of trust and mutual respect that would never be broken. Leela continued to care for Royu, ensuring he remained clean and healthy. They spent their days together, wandering the savannah and enjoying the simple beauty of the world around them. And though the memory of the poacher's threat lingered, it was overshadowed by the strength of their friendship and the joy of their shared journey. In the end, Ryu was not just an elephant who had been cleaned of mud. He was a symbol of resilience, of the enduring power of kindness, and of the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. And as the sun set over the savannah, painting the sky with hues of orange and gold, Leela and Ryu stood side by side, their hearts beating as one.